He always said he would never become his father. Not in the way he spoke, not in the way he looked at people, and definitely not in the way he made others feel small. But the first time it happened, it didn't feel like a moment. It felt like nothing at all, and that's why he didn't notice. Daniel grew up in a house where silence felt safer than words, not because anyone said it, but because you could feel it. In the way doors closed quietly, in the way conversations ended too early, in the way emotions never fully existed. His father wasn't a bad man. That was the confusing part. He worked hard, paid the bills, fixed things when they broke. He just didn't know how to connect. Or maybe he never learned. And because of that, neither did Daniel. As a child, Daniel didn't understand what was missing. He just knew something felt incomplete, like a sentence that never finished, or a question that was never answered. He learned early, don't ask too much, don't feel too much, don't need too much, because needing something from someone who doesn't know how to give it only makes you feel smaller. He was 9 years old, standing in the garage. The air smelled like dust and oil. He wanted to help, to be useful, to be seen. He picked up a tool, tried to fix something, and broke it. The sound echoed louder than it should have. His father turned, walked closer, looked at the damage, then at him, and said quietly, "You always make things worse when you try to help." No anger, no shouting, just certainty. And somehow, that hurt more. Because anger passes, but certainty stays. That day, Daniel didn't cry. He didn't argue. He didn't defend himself. He adjusted, silently. He stopped trying, stopped asking, stopped reaching. And somewhere deep inside, he made a promise. I will never make someone feel like this. Years passed. Daniel became everything his father respected. Disciplined, reliable, focused. He built a life that looked strong from the outside. A good job, a clean house, a structured routine. Nothing chaotic, nothing emotional, nothing unpredictable. Safe. When his son Ethan was born, everything felt different. For the first time, he felt something he couldn't control, something raw, something real. He held him gently, afraid to even breathe too hard, and whispered, "I'll be different." And in that moment, he meant it, completely. At first, he was present, attentive, careful. He noticed everything, every laugh, every sound, every small detail. But life doesn't stay still. Work got busier. Responsibilities grew. Time became tighter. And slowly, without a clear moment, things began to shift. Conversations became shorter. Did you finish your homework? Yes. Good. Did you eat? Yes. Okay. Efficient. Clean. Empty. But it didn't feel wrong. It felt normal. Ethan loved to draw. At first, Daniel was always there, big smile, standing close, holding his hand. But over time, the drawings changed. Daniel became smaller, then distant, then gone, replaced by space, white, empty space. Daniel noticed once, paused, felt something uncomfortable, but quickly explained it away. Kids don't think that deeply, right? "Dad, can you come watch my game tomorrow?" Daniel didn't look up. "I'll try." A pause. Small, but heavy. "You always say that." Daniel exhaled slowly. "I said I'll try," which really meant probably not. The next day, he didn't go. That evening, Ethan didn't say anything. No stories, no excitement, No disappointment, just silence. And suddenly, that silence felt familiar. Not comforting, not safe, but heavy, like something repeating itself. A week later, homework. Simple math, nothing complicated, but Ethan struggled. Numbers didn't make sense. Mistakes kept happening, again and again and again. Daniel tried to stay calm, explained once, twice, 3 times. Each time, more tension, less patience, until something shifted. Not explosive, not loud, just enough. He looked at Ethan and said, "Why do you always make things harder than they need to be?" The moment froze, not because of the words, but because of the tone. Cold, final, familiar. Ethan stopped moving, didn't argue, didn't cry, just nodded, as if he understood something important, something he shouldn't have to understand. That night, Daniel lay awake, staring at the ceiling. The room was quiet, but his mind wasn't. The sentence repeated, again and again and again, until it stopped sounding like his voice and started sounding like someone else's. A garage, dust in the air, a broken object, a quiet voice. You always make things worse when you try to help. Daniel sat up, heart racing, not from fear, but from recognition, because for the first time, he didn't just remember his father, he saw himself. It wasn't one moment, not one mistake, not one sentence. It was everything, all the small things, the silence, the distance, the absence. He didn't become his father in one day. He became him slowly, so slowly he never noticed. The next morning, he walked into Ethan's room. The desk was quiet, still. On it, a drawing, a house, a child, and a man, far away, not looking, not reaching, just existing somewhere else. Daniel sat down, holding the paper, and for the first time, he didn't see a drawing, he saw a memory, his own. That evening, he turned everything off, phone, laptop, noise, and sat next to Ethan. No instructions, no corrections, no expectations, just presence. At first, Ethan didn't react, didn't trust it, didn't believe it would stay. But Daniel stayed anyway, through the discomfort, through the silence, through the part of himself that wanted to escape. Days passed, then weeks. No dramatic transformation, no perfect moments, just small changes, consistent ones, real ones. And one day, Ethan handed him a drawing. Daniel looked, a house, a tree, a family, and this time they stood closer. Not perfect, not fixed, but closer, and that meant everything. Sometimes we don't become who we hate in a single moment. We become them quietly, in the things we don't notice, in the words we don't question, in the silence we think is harmless, until one day we hear ourselves